and I really hope to work with you again in future. Bye.
Hi there, Neutrinos family. It's Kenelo Gwabeni here, former Group CIO from Ashupol. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Neutrinos team for a job well done when implementing the claims management platform. That was much more than a technology project. That was life-changing experience for our customers. Remember, in South Africa, the customers who buy funeral insurance is because they cannot afford to bury their loved ones in dignity. And the Neutrinos platform really enabled us to pay their claims much quicker. And that helped to relieve the stresses that comes with them having to arrange funerals and burials for their loved ones. That is really impactful and life-changing for the customers in the South Africa landscape. To Shamik and the leadership team, I would like to encourage you to continue the good work that you're doing with the Wings of Change program. I myself am a beneficiary of such an initiative. You are not just changing your students' life individually. You are breaking generational socio-economic difficulties. Those individual students will be able to go back into their families, into their communities, and contribute positively. They will be able to improve the lives of their loved ones. And that's how really the impact is felt way above the individual themselves. So please do not be discouraged. Keep on doing the good job. I would like to also wish the Neutrinos family a blessed holiday season. I wish you and your loved ones love, peace, and joy during this time. Please keep safe and enjoy. I will see you very soon.
We are in Rajhi Takaful. We had several challenges of running different platforms for different channels that are legacy technology and has inconsistent configuration and development, which has impacted our delivery to the market, our user experience as well. So when we selected Neutrinos, we selected them based on three factors: platform, technology, and partnership. For the platform, we were looking for a low-code and configurable platform that is API-driven and has the capability to deliver to the market faster in agile manner. And also the platform that has built-in front-end or portals capability. For the technology part, also we are looking for a platform that supports Kubernetes microservices concept. For the partnership, we were looking for an innovative and strong partner that has a strong background in insurance industry and being able to innovate and provide smarter delivery to the market. Before we select Neutrinos as a platform, we at Rajhi Takaful had several issues in our environment where we were running multiple platforms that are legacy and has inconsistent configuration and harder or very difficult to deliver to the market in a faster manner. When we selected Neutrinos, we selected them for three main reasons. The first one related to the platform, second for the technology, third for the partnership. So we were looking for a platform that is low code and configurable, API driven, to have faster delivery to the market. And for the technology part, we were looking for a platform that supports microservices Kubernetes environment. For the partnership, we were looking for an innovative partner who has a strong insurance background to support us in our transformation delivery. After the Neutrinos implementation, we noticed a better performance in our system as well as better user experience. The delivery to the market was faster. There was a consistency across all of our platform delivery, as well as the production issues were reduced after introducing the Neutrinos platform to our environment. As a future outlook for our partnership with Neutrinos, we are expanding our partnership to add smarter capabilities to our platform, such as the artificial intelligence, having coreless environment as well, to enhance our user experience and take it to the next level. Neutrinos, they have shown high commitment with high flexibility to deliver.
Wow. Neutrinos making global impact, guys. Give it up for yourselves. Especially the ART team that's been working under immense pressure. Give it up for yourselves. And you saw everybody giving such positive feedback. I think it's important to understand how customers are reinventing with the support of all of you at Neutrinos. Also invite to speak a bit more about this idea of how customers are reinventing with Neutrinos. I'd like to invite up next Mr. Suresh Chandrasekhar, the Chief Technology Officer. If you could please come up. I'd love to invite, yes, let's give it up for him. I'd love to also invite Mr. Ravi Padaki, advisor to Neutrinos, sir. If you could please come forward. And I'd love to invite the Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Shamik Ghosh. If you could please come up right here. And on this line, take it on over. Let's show it for your leaders. Woo! Thank you. Do it, sir.
Customers are reinventing. How are customers reinventing? No, it's all right. Obviously, with the technology, every new idea requires a spark. The spark is perhaps what our technology provides, but more important than the technology is the people's will, the thinking power that as a collective team, the aligned team that subject matter experts bring, the ideas that they bring, along with the cohesion in the team. That's what sparks, it's like the spark, petrol, a conducive environment for fire to begin, right? So I think what Neutrinos really brings to the table is that conducive environment where all of us put together can spark brilliant ideas.
Good evening. And what a pleasure to be here. I think all of you deserve a huge round of applause. Let's hear it to Team Neutrinos. I've known Shamik now for about 15 years or so. But when we engaged recently and he was walking me through the Neutrinos story, that blew my mind away for 3 reasons. One, to be building an entrepreneurial venture like Neutrinos on a global stage, in a massively rapidly changing landscape of AI, and having the customers that you have with the wonderful testimonials that are coming out, and in a bootstrapped way, is not easy, right? And as an entrepreneur, I was blown away by saying, what a feat this is. This is no mean feat. This is a massive achievement. After having seen several entrepreneurial startups across the world, to me, this is truly special. So kudos, Shamik, Suresh, Ramya, the entire leadership team that is here, and all of you, because this is unique. I think too, the energy of the can-do attitude that I've seen in the team to say, bring on any challenge and we will take it up. Ramya, you were alluding to that with the team. I think is what make neutrinos. And third, more critically, what really tugged at my heartstrings was the initiative of Winds of Change and where Shamik and the team was coming from. Not only do we need to grow as a company, but we also need to make a difference to the community around us. I think to me resonates a lot because you need to do good, feel good, and make good money, right? And all three can happen in parallel. And when we started talking and said happy to lend my shoulder to the wheel to make Neutrinos a role model in the world of AI for community good and for innovation, I'm happy to really be a part of Team Neutrinos and do whatever I can to help each one of you on your journeys to create a unique organization that the world looks up and respects as a new age and a new form of a company that is just not only in it to just make money, but to spread cheer and to really make a difference to the world around us. And that's what excites me at the journey. So again, congratulations to the team. Here's wishing all of us a fantastic journey ahead. On the topic of innovation, I genuinely believe that, and I can see all the elements of it coming, 4 innovation cycles have to come together for a company to break out of orbit. One is market innovation. We saw those wonderful client testimonials about how clients are reinventing new models for the markets. 2, you need product and technology innovation, which is, of course, supports the client innovation or the market innovation. 3rd is talent innovation. In the AI world, innovation will come from everywhere. There could be a young graduate out of a college whom none of us have heard of, who is building something so breathtaking in AI that we need to be able to attract that talent. I was very pleased about Shamik was mentioning about the hackathon, internal and the external. So our idea of running these venture studios is to attract talent from wherever and connect them to the Neutrinos orbit, either as entrepreneurs or as talent employees to the cycle. And the last is social innovation, that how do we bring societal innovation to bear at the grassroots where we can create products for them, for the market. So you take market, talent, product, and societal innovation. If we can bring it all together, that is the combustion that Suresh you were talking about. That is a space that I think I'm very excited about. And Neutrinos Venture Studio that we've just launched is one such manifestation of this combustion chamber, where we want to bring in talent, societal innovation, and markets together and create AI solutions that probably the world is not imagining right now. And to us, I think that will really propel Neutrinos to the next orbit and endear more and more customers. So look forward to working with all of you on this journey and wishing again congratulations and wishing us the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Madan. Thank you. Thanks, Madan. So I have some slides, so I'll just go to the stage. You guys. Let's give it up for them, everybody. Come on. Once again, thanks everyone for coming here, making it happen. And first of all, I wanted to thank one person for sure who's been sort of very relentless, I would say, all the time saying, Shamik, we have to do annual day. We have to do annual day. Dr. Hari Prasad. I think, in the quadrum of the frugality and bootstrap, right? We tend to get, swayed by the fact, oh, again expense. But when somebody like Dr. did say that, look at annual day not for from any other perspective, but the fact that it's a mix of old with the new, right? A lot of new folks who have joined over the last 3 years perhaps have not seen or felt or sensed the inner value, culture, and the ethos of Neutrinos, right? So it's that blend that really we wanted to make it happen in this annual day. And thanks, Hari, once again, right, for being extremely persistent, right? Today again, Ramya brilliantly said, Suresh as well, Madan as well. I'm not going to talk about any lecture. I'm just going to talk you through, and a lot of people in other town halls asked me this question saying, what's Neutrinos? What has been the journey? You know, how we have come so far? What is the future of Neutrinos? Various questions, right? Um, it's perhaps a refresh for some of you old folks or teammates, and it's also, real insight for people who've joined Neutrinos in the last 2-3 years. Um, so as you all know, Neutrinos is a bootstrap company even today. So we are born bootstrap. Anybody, any idea what is bootstrap? What is bootstrap? Any guess? No funding. Okay. Anything else? Anybody? No? Yeah, so we are self-funded, right? So our funding comes from our customer, right? So each and everything that we do every day, right, translates to delivering a value to a customer, and that's why we get paid for. That's why each one of our salaries get paid for, right? Unlike a funded company where whether you have customers or not, still you have a fund given by some investors to do various things, experiments and all of that, right? And there you have the luxury to fail, right? As you know, out of many invested startups, only 5-10% only succeed, right? Where do the rest go? Because many of the startups, invested startups, after 2-3 years of journey, do not see customers, end customers. Forget about the kind of customers and their testimonial that you saw today, right? So we, from the very beginning, chose to be bootstrap. Let me put it this way. We chose to be bootstrap because of few reasons. Just for you all to know that there are few of us, myself, Suresh, Ramya, Nisarg, Indresh, we have had the opportunity to work together in the previous organization for almost 10-12 years, have seen the world of enterprise, and especially the insurance banking enterprise. And the problem statements that we saw, or we across the board, across the globe, really kind of gave us that sense of clarity and the purpose in terms of what's missing in this enterprise world, right? Therefore, when we started, from the very beginning, we were clear what we are setting out to do. We are solving those enterprise customers' problem statements. You heard those problems, right? As customers spoke about. And therefore, we also said that till we reach the stage of maturity as an organization, where from the product perspective, from the ability to execute or delivery point of view, etc., till we reach such maturity, we will not dilute ourselves. We will not bring funding. The reason being that in a funded organization, you have investors' pressure. Somebody who's put in money, they would ask you saying, how are you spending money, or do differently, right? We did not want to drift away from our focus because we were clear what we want to deliver. And these are the testimonials are really, manifestation of what we really wanted to achieve, right? Being bootstrap. But bootstrap comes with some downstream challenges, which is working with constraints, right? Moment you have limited money, right? When you have money that is paid by customers. You're building products out of customers' money. You're innovating out of customers' money, right? You have scarcities. You have constraints. But that constraints actually give us the clarity. Okay? Can you play the video? Guys, I would request the guys who are having tea,
We
etc.
want people to
Yeah.
be saying I'm a Neutrinos developer, which essentially would be what our vision in one line should be, to expand the technology space or expand within the space of where we operate in, to create an army of Neutrinos developers who build applications, who can bring their imagination to work using the tools that we've developed, not limited by technology or not limited by knowing what tech to be in, not limited.
So, so this is a video taken on one of the annual days back in 2019. And you know the familiar face, Suresh Chandrasekhar, who was talking to the team there that we want you to be known as Neutrinos developer. So back in 2019, we started in 2016 end or 2017 beginning. Back in 2019, we had that clarity that we are building an organization or a company, platform company, where each one of us would be known as Neutrinos developers or Neutrinos architect or Neutrinos whatever, and business analyst, right? That clarity came through constraints, right? And today, whatever directions or strategic directions that you see are out of those clarities. People may say, hey, why are you doing Neutrinos Venture Studio? Why? What is winds of change? You heard customers saying, right? You heard Madan saying that it's not just only market innovation. You need to build a talent innovation, not just within the organization, even outside organizations, right? Imagine today we are on the cusp of signing an MOU with RV College, where RV Dean wants their 4th year and 3rd year students doing internships on AI, Neutrinos AI platform for 3 to 4 months to get accreditations, right? Imagine the impact. So it's not about how many codes I have written, what does that code translated into a nice looking UI. We are shifting our gears, pivoting to a new age or new genre of Neutrinos, right? And everyone should be really, really proud about it, right? Next slide, please.
We want.
So, in the journey of being bootstrapped, and this is something Ramya touched upon, and a lot of people, a lot of you who have seen or worked with some of the senior or mid-level leaders within Neutrinos, right? So Ramya talked about Gautam, Paul, Lakshman, CJ, and Nias, and so forth. In the process of building Neutrinos, we build builders or makers, not doers. What does it mean? I was talking to Nias yesterday, or day before yesterday, that it's not about writing a piece of code and say I'm done. At an early stage, when Lakshman came in as a fresher back in 2018, Lakshman? 2017. Paul came in to Neutrinos in 2016 as a fresher. They never thought about writing a code alone. Today, imagine Paul Thomas. He doesn't believe so. I'm sure he doesn't believe so. But Paul, Gautam have written build a product that customers across the globe are raving about, right? All these customers are not small customers. They're enterprise customers. They're marquee global Fortune 500 customers. There are only 20% projects globally succeed in a year. 80% project fails. In that 20%, 6 projects that have gone live between, I think, September, October last year till now, Neutrinos. So regional CIO architect says, the most amazing part that I am going to write in my report, which is going to the global CIO, is that they have automated the entire DevOps pipeline, and they're running it across all the 25 customers with 2 members, Abin and Viresh. So regional CIO says 300 members managing DevOps. So we should outsource this to Neutrinos. So now do you get a goosebump of it? Do you really get a goosebump? That's the builder that Neutrinos, in Neutrinos, we are building those builders. They are not doers. They don't stop at, I have finished the work, whether the outcome is achieved or not, doesn't matter. It's not that game. It's about makers. And more so as we pivot into the AI world, right? I've had one gentleman who'd been in Neutrinos for a while, and he decided to leave. And I wished him all the best. And I said, but why are you leaving? So he said, you know, Shamik, I've been very happy, pay package, everything is all good. But I've been very comfortable in building the front-end UI on Studio for last 7-8 years. But I believe in order for me to stay in Neutrinos, I need to learn more. So I will have to be uncomfortable, which I am fine, but due to my family reasons, I cannot be uncomfortable in terms of work, timing, etc. And I fully understand that. And that's why I don't want to continue. I want to continue in some React and other journeys. So I said, so what's wrong? I mean, are you saying that without being uncomfortable, you can't be in Neutrinos? He said, no, because without being uncomfortable, I cannot learn Alpha, Reels, Pulse, or AI Hub. Because I need to learn in order to learn something, I need to spend extra hours. And he also said one brilliant thing. He said, I know for sure tomorrow I may not have the job in building some React native UI, because AI can build that like a Ziffy. So if I do not get into a AI stream very soon enough, I don't know what's going to happen, right? And because of that, today, coding for me, I mean, for anybody, coding is irrelevant. Writing 20 or 200 lines or 2,000 lines of code is irrelevant. It can be generated to any of those, AI platform. But what really matters, or what is changing, is from coding to consequence. Earlier, we would have been okay to say, oh, I have written a fantastic code, it's running perfectly, all good. Today, it doesn't matter. Today, what matters is a consequence, which is how does it translate into action? How does it translate into outcome, right? I was giving an example yesterday or discussing with Nias and others, saying, in one of the customer project, somebody wrote a API integration, right? And said, oh, I'm calling it and the response is coming. But the response was supposed to give a amount, premium amount or claims amount, which is in 4 digits, but it is coming in the 5 digit. Do I know the implication of that? Means that if that API is throwing me 5 digit, the insurance customer has to pay extra money to the end customers. So knowing what is the end and the consequence of it, not just writing simple code, that's no longer enough. Also, we need to know why are we writing it? What's the end state? What is it going to deliver to my end customers? And if there is a one single digit is missing or gets added into it, right? Customer can be fined, we can be fined. So that's the change, right? Today, and because of this, today with the AI era, most of you perhaps do not need to even think about coding. What you really need to think about is making, right? One of the, in our hackathon yesterday or day for yesterday, there are people who have come up with ideas, crazy ideas, and you will get to hear the top 3 of them, right? Right? And how such ideas can be brought to life and really take it to our customers who have never heard of these ideas, right? That's the game. That's the mindset change. It's not about just doing, oh, somebody has given me a task or this module, as I'm finished, I'm done with that. That chapter is going to go away. So, as I said, it's a journey of Neutrinos from coding to consequences. So for each one of it, or one of us, really need to understand in wherever, whatever we are doing, it's not about anymore about I have clocked 18 hours or I have clocked 22 hours, right? It's not about that anymore. It's about, did that effort bring any value to what I am delivering today? Did that bring value to the customer? Without that, it's meaningless. Rest all can be done by AI, right? Across the field, I'm not only saying coding alone. Even in HR, even in marketing, there is an AI SDR. I'm sure you know, right? AI can write a script for inside sales as well, right? So therefore, what we need to shift our mind into, how can we leverage, not do those mundane coding or whatever activities, but leverage that to really drive actions and inference, right? So with that, I'm now going to talk about the future, right? It's been a great journey. I thank my co-partners, Ramya, Suresh, Peter, and obviously other 2 great leaders, Vikas and Ashish, for bestowing their trust on me. All crazy stuff I do. I'm not somebody who's very easy, try to break rules, do things, newer things. But they've always trusted me. And you all have trusted me. I really thank you for that. But the journey from last 2017 till now versus now journey towards a scale. And incidentally, that journey is where we have been fortunate enough to catch on or latch on to the AI movement. We missed big data bus, but incidentally, and thanks to our customer also, we have, I think over the last 2.5 years, had invested, and apparently some of the customers says we are the very few AI-led or AI-native automation platform for insurance where they are able to realize the real value, business value using AI. Rest all, they are doing POCs, use cases and all of that stuff, right? So it's a big achievement, right? Because AI is no longer just a chat GPT. AI has been discussed at a group board level, right? There's special budgets being created for each organization, saying that by December, you need to show some AI initiatives, that is bringing you business value, right? At a CIO, CEO, or at MD level across enterprises, right? But from there, translating into something reality never happens. It's not happened yet, right? But on the other hand, if you look at Manulife Philippines team, can you raise your hand? Yeah, okay. Manulife Indonesia, Sun Life, right? These are live engagements where customers have started realizing the real business value of AI, Neutrinos AI Hub or AI as on today, right? And you heard Salem, CTO, is talking about how does he further engage with Neutrinos on the AI front, right? So now with all the background, I just want to leave you with, and this is thanks to Divijot. We were heading to Microsoft event in Palo Alto, and I kind of said, DJ, just going there without empty hand doesn't make sense. Let's have some idea. And I think he came up with an idea in less than half an hour, 45 minutes, and translated this. And I'm just giving you a glimpse of the possibilities or art of possibilities that Neutrinos can create and disrupt the enterprise or AI, insurance world globally, right? And this is something Ramya presented in the Microsoft executive briefing session to some of the topmost corporate VPs, though report to Satya Nadella. And this is really, really well received. So can you play this, please?
For decades, insurers have followed the same long digital transformation loop, defining business problems, gathering requirements, aligning business and IT, debate architecture, integrating multiple systems, and then spending months validating and scaling the solution across lines of business. Each step carries its own costs and rework, and the cycle restarts every time a new use case appears. Neutrinos breaks this pattern by compressing the life cycle into a unified, intelligent, and significantly faster platform. To provide this capability directly to the insurers, now insurers can come directly to the Copilot. In the Copilot, they can connect directly to the neutral MCP server, define the connectors and the existing systems that they have. So let's say that they have Guidewire Claim Center, and at the same time they have LexisNexis modules coming in, along with the solid connectors that we need to connect, and then define which particular business function do they want to tackle for this. Let's say it is claims, and start defining the problem statements right over here. The moment they do it, the Neutrinos, I can help understand what exact requirements are, and which particular architecture to follow, and what framework to solve. But at the same time, the insurers can also take advantage of the pre-built use cases and the templates from Neutrinos. And they can, for example, over here I will take Auto Insurance Claim Automation Platform and start defining my problem statements on top of it, so that I can start visualizing how my end application will also look like. So now, as soon as I submit my request and the Neutrinos, I will actually understand my requirement breakdown and requirement. Also understand what exact chain of thought is required in order to build such a complex journey. So for example, over here, what it has done, it is actually broken down. What are the components of my requirements from in a world policy lookup accident assessment, document collection, coverage, eligibility claim amount, SDP, and case creation. Now at the same time, metadata is still the most important component, so it has already taken the key inputs that are required, key outputs that will be given, and any kind of a rules decisioning that we will be in need to create. And what is the process flow of my entire business? Now at the same time, what is my application build plan? This again goes back to Neutrinos best practices, and if we give what exact application build needs to be done on each of the module. From the AI agents to the decision engine to agent orchestration to case management to the front end. So that means to build or do the integration gateways and the data fabric that needs to be built at the same time. Also gives the design confidence score right over here. And as soon as I do it, it will start building the platform for me. Now, as we can see over here, It has already went ahead and built a platform for me over here. I can also see what is my claims journey flow, from the document ingestion to an AI extraction agent working on to the STB rules hitting and the routing decision. What happens when it's an SDP when this happens, if it's an exception flow? It will be connected to a workbench, and then it will go and add it to the court. Insurance, which over here is a guide by core system. Now at the same time, it has also created the modules for me, so it has already created the rules framework. So let's quickly look into it. So it has already created a rules flow for me. It has created multiple agents with a fraud detection and a chat assistant. It has also given me an orchestration. What exact orchestration that will be needed in order to run this flow? And at the same time, what is my case management workbench will look like? And if I need to edit it, at any point of time, I can still edit any of these modules. If I have to integrate with all my different systems, it has created multiple APIs for me as well, and I will be able to add my API endpoints over here at the time of the build and configuration as well. Now, if I also want to see what are the data points, the ontology layer, the data lineage is that it will impact my core system and my other systems in place. I can see the entire happening in the data fabric right over here. And if I also need to start setting up my process mining workflows, it will also be creating that for me. So now let's say that I'm happy with the build from the neutral result, and I want to continue and implement this into my end state and start running some test scenarios over here. So it will first go and create the same flow at whichever front office, middle office, and back office as when required. I will show the journey right over here where I have already created a first notice of loss. I will continue to add a document. I will go ahead and submit a claim at this point of time. In the back end, it will run multiple rules. It is doing a rules evaluation, and I can see that the claims amount threshold has been failed, and at the same time, because of the claims amount threshold, it will be declared as a non-standard, non-stop process. As soon as the non-stop is created, it will all automatically go and create a case in the workbench. In the workbench, if I'm an adjudicator, I can look into the case. I can understand the AI agent and AI assistance that is coming in on this particular case. And I can even see what is the recommendation from the AI because of my agent. So I can see that the policy is active, as in good standing is low fraud risk. So there is no prior claims and all the required documents are submitted. And I can see the suggested payout with a deductible if I'm happy with it. I can just go ahead and approve the claim. Was the claim is approved? I can see what happened in my entire systems. I can see the dashboards. I can see the insights. I can also start driving the process mining to see where my processes are working, when and where not. So this is how the org can actually orchestrate the entire journey given in state to the insurers in a much faster way, and also simplify the entire business KPIs, give them the power to tackle and configure their business KPIs, as for different build journeys as required. Thank you.
Right, so that's the art of possibilities. Pooja, next slide.
For decades.
Yeah, so I don't know if many of you really got a sense of it. There's nobody who is coding behind. Typically, in a standard scenario, you would have built a process flow in JBPM, something with exception would have not worked, and all of that stuff. You know, you would create hand coding the rules, etc., etc. The world that we are envision is a world where, you know, behind all these capabilities are pre-built, with obviously some of it with the use of AI hub or AI orchestration, which we call it now Neutrinos orbit. That's the world. So question is, where do you, each one of you, play? Right? Is it still the old way of coding, or quickly jump into this whole AI bandwagon and start being the maker of all these assets that are really going to disrupt this entire insurance industry? So with that, I thank you once again for all of you coming here. Have fun and be safe, drive safe home. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Shamik. Everybody, come on, let's hear it. What an in-depth and incredible presentation. You know, everything that he spoke about, there's something interesting coming up. I'll tell you about that. We'll go there. But before we go there, there's something more that's being unveiled to become a fabric of the culture here at Neutrinos. And it's a handbook that will essentially allow everyone to understand the cultures, the values, and the processes that help everybody tick in the best way possible at Neutrinos. And to unveil it, I'd love to know I'd love to invite up to the front the head of HR, Ms. Morini Kumar. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Morini, everybody. Come on, I'm sure you can all do better than that. Yeah, all right. Here you go, ma'am. A warm welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. We heard from all of you that there was something which was missing. There was something which you all wanted to fall back on, a framework to come forward to you, your policies, your processes, your culture, and all of that. So there you are. We have all brought them all together for you. Your reference book, your partner when you are in a dilemma, what to do and what not to do. So we have the employee handbook. Do we have the essentials, Pooja? There you go. You see that. You will have the soft copy of this by next week with all of you in your mailboxes. Do we have a full screen, please? Yes. So here you go, the employee handbook, the culture guidebook, the ISMS security partner, the policies that you all wanted to refer to always. You will all find it here, and this will be in your inboxes in the next week, Monday. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Morini ma'am. Give it up for Morini ma'am, everybody. Come on, let's hear it for her. Looking forward to receiving this and having this Bible to follow. She spoke about culture. We're also hearing about the values that make Neutrinos what it is. And I think it's important to understand what it means to live these values. We've heard about, the values that makes Google Google. We've heard about the values that makes Meta a Meta. We've heard about the stories that have shaped them. It's important. You can Google it. So, we've heard about all of these. The interesting thing is, it's important to understand what makes Neutrinos Neutrinos. The first one, in terms of culture, is curiosity. What you just did, you asked me a question out of curiosity. And that, in fact, is the first value at Neutrinos. And to speak a bit more about that, I'd like to invite up to the front, Deja Singh. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Devajot. Come on. Yeah. The brother is very curious. You're welcome. As children, we've always been curious. As adults, it's something that we sort of zoom out a little bit because we become very process oriented. How do you feel the value of curiosity and being curious is a huge, massive value add to the Neutrinos philosophy?
Yeah. Thanks so much. And thank you so much to Shamik, Suresh, Madan, Ramya, for everyone to talk before and guide us. And curiosity is kind of something which has been embedded into us since childhood. But what it means in Neutrinos is kind of key, right? We want to make a global platform from India, for sure. We want to be a monopoly in whatever we do. For that to do, we have to be curious, right? We have to know what's going around, what makes sense to do, what is the clarity behind to do that. And just to take a few examples of that, like just want to take an example of when Suresh said that we want to build something like a decision engine. And it came to me and Keith now left the organization. At that point of time, we had no clue of how to make a decision engine. But the curiosity led us to build those base foundational layers to what we have as Reels. Similar to that, we have many more stories around of how we are curious enough to know what's going around, what will make sense for us, and what will actually impact what we do. It doesn't have to be that you can be curious about anything. Like you can be curious about the work that you do around your delivery, the work that you do around your certain task, but it has to mean something, and it also has to lead to something. So curiosity has to be there at every step of what you do. And it has to be, the end stage is that we have to be like a global platform, right? We have to lead all the way, and we have to beat the global platforms which are out there, and we can be there. Like, to be honest, like I was just listening to one certain individual in Meta. When Mark came to him, he was just a developer. He was a senior developer. Mark came to him and said that you have to go and build a search engine within the Meta world, right? Like, so the Instagram and Facebook has a search engine. He had to build that. And he said, I've never built it. I think we should go and hire people in Google and other organizations, Yahoo at that point of time, to go and build search engines. But literally Mark said that, no, I want you to build it. He literally went ahead and built that thing. So that's, I feel the same thing. If all of us put our effort into one single task, one single thought, and we are curious about it, we can definitely do it and achieve it. And we have many, many stories in Neutrinos. I think we can be inspired about stories from Gautam, Paul, Doc, and myself, and many more, right? Like, it's just that you have to ask, you have to think about it, and keep on experimenting. I think the best part of being curious is that you have the freedom of experimentation. And as an organization, as Neutrinos, we welcome experimentation. I think no one in Neutrinos will say, stop experimenting. So that's all I would have to say about curiosity. Yeah.
Thank you, DJ. Give it up for DJ, and now give it up for Amir as well.
No, I just want to add to DJ. So when we went to the Microsoft event, so Shamik asked you to build something, right? And what you saw just now is a dream. Actually, that is not something that is available out there. He dreamt of it, and he actually did the screen, whatever that you saw there, a UI with a designer saying that this is what we want to be. And we showcased this to Microsoft. Now, that is something, a bold thing that he did. He didn't even ask the product team, is this possible, right? We don't know how much it is possible. But one thing that he knew, that the team that is going to be there backing him is someone who will stand by him, and he knows that that will happen. When I went there, me and Shamik were there, we don't know if this will come true or not. But the confidence that we have is that we go and show something which is not even ready. But we know that there is a team out there that we'll pull together to make this happen. So Neutrinos is no more with enterprises. It can become a commodity if it is going to be in Amazon, right? So everybody uses Microsoft, and everybody uses that tool. So it becomes a commodity. No more that we have to go and sell to an enterprise. Every enterprise has Microsoft, right? So just imagine where we are moving towards. That happened because of the curiosity. That happened because he took that bold step that, yes, I'm going to be different. I'm going to think different. I think each one of us have to do that from curiosity. Thanks.
Yeah, that's like Ramya said. Well said. Yeah.
Thank you, DJ. Thank you, Amla. What flows very beautifully from what you were speaking about is actually having an original idea and pursuing it. And that sort of brings us to the value of being and staying authentic. The importance of authenticity is sometimes underrated. The importance of being authentic to what you believe in and what you stand for. And that is, in fact, the next value that, to speak more on, I'd love to invite Nias to come up and share with us how authenticity can be lived on a day-to-day basis as a part of the core culture of Neutrinos. Give it up for Nias, everybody! Take it away.
Thank you, bro. Thank you so much. So I have it prepared. So let me start. Thanks everybody for coming. Normally I like to be a bit more spontaneous, maybe even little more funny when I speak, but I felt this value deserved a preparation. Yeah, sure. One of the core values is being authentic, and this is not a value that shows up when things are easy. It shows up when things are hard. Let me share a situation most of us have been experienced. There was a project, tight deadlines, high expectation, and multiple dependencies. On the surface, everything was looking okay, demos were happening, customer was happy, but underneath there were cracks. Some integrations were unstable, a few assumptions were risky, and there was a familiar moment where easier choice would have been to stay quiet, push it through, and hope it would sort out itself. Then someone said, someone choose a harder path, right? So let me also, I didn't want to mention the name of the person, but consider this is a scenario. Let me mention the person also. It is none other than Jisman Joseph. He is talking over a phone. So in the project situation where we all thought, we were in the good progress, he had come and told me, it is not going good. It is difficult. And also things are not going the way we expected it to go. So even before an escalation coming from the customer, he has notified the relevant people, there is going to be an escalation. So that part, I'll give it to Jisman because he was the one who came forward and told, although you think everything is going good, but it is not going great. So most of us knows that, sometimes talking about, let's say something, a hard truth, right? Most of us like to keep things to ourselves, right? But at times it is important that you kind of speak it out to the leaders and let them know that things are happening in this way, not to keep it to yourself, right? It's not just being protective of your team or you being protective of yourself, right? There is a bigger goal, there is a bigger picture that you kind of have to achieve. Now, coming back to being authentic again, see, I myself not sure whether I am that authentic, but I make sure that team around me has that freedom to come to me anytime, like how I go to Suresh every time when I screw things up. So nothing more. I had prepared the speech, but I thought it is not nice to read it out everything and get a clap. So thank you again. Thank you everybody for coming. Have a wonderful evening and see you again soon.
Yes, thank you. I think that was, his speech was actually a great example in being authentic. Let's give it up for Nias, everybody. Woohoo! Wow. While I was actually speaking, I was also thinking about what else it takes to be authentic and what else it takes to lead life with a certain sense of purpose. That comes from a sense of confidence that is enmeshed with humility. Confidence, not arrogance. Confidence with humility. And that's a trait and a balance so fine that if you're not careful, you might just teeter to one side or the other. And to speak more about this value of living confidence on an everyday basis at Neutrinos and in life, I'd love to invite Raj Manohar to come up to the front and share with us what it means to him to live confidently yet humbly every single day. Everybody, let's shout it for Raj! Come on, Raj. Walking with confidence and humility. Here we go. Take it away.
Thanks. Hi, all.
Also, everybody, he has some insane energy. You all saw him in Squid Games. He was like, hey, man, I'm going to do this tug of war. I'm not even in the final team, but I'm going to do it. I loved his energy. I complimented him on the same. Take it away, Raj. Thank you.
Right. Thanks. Right. Good evening, all. Thanks for all coming for the event. I definitely miss my team. Whoever has come in from my team, good to see you all. Well, to speak about confident and humble. Okay, so in order to translate into this point, which is attached to our organization value, I would give one quick example, that is confident. So our Neutrinos management and the leadership team, one thing which we strongly believe and we are very confident about is the team members, all of you guys. That is our confidence, where we try to present with that confidence to our customers that we are going to deliver. We are going to ensure whatever they are expecting, we are going to meet. One good example is like we are going to hire an individual and we say like, yes, this individual is going to deliver and all. And if the customer says like, hey, it's not working and all, we does not say like, oh, we have made a bad decision and we are not happy with that individual and all. But we know that the individual whom we have been trained, where he has picked up and all, he is not meeting the client requirement. So we just put him into another place because we still trust on our individual team members. We try to put him into another team and we try to ensure he has picked up and presented. So one good example where I can see is in my team across, because I cannot speak in other regions or other teams. In my team, one of my team member where I have been selected, interviewed and selected him and placed in the client location of Auto in General, Shamim Ahmed, and he was not up to the mark of the client expectation. But when we have moved him to the Telesure, he is the top performer in the Telesure region. And in fact, he is one of the strongest team member in the particular Ghost Draft documentation. So we have that confidence in you guys. That is the value we represent on that particular board. Second one is humble. Okay. So again, one short example is what Shamik has mentioned in the very first point is like we are part of the bootstrap. So when we try to reach out the customers, we don't try to project saying like we are going to achieve towards the height or the ninth cloud and all that stuff. We start slowly saying like, hey, we are going to deliver whatever you need, whatever is the base. From there, we slowly push to the next level and next level. So we are at a very slow pace. And in a realistic example, where we have started our journey, 2017, where all the customers from Telesure or all the projects from Telesure, it was a 3 months project, guys. And 2017 till 2025, I would say like this whole team, I mean the whole years, we are consistently getting an 1 year of a contract from 2020 onwards. From each year, we are getting a continuous contract. We are humble in what we are trying to project, but that humbleness has showcased into the client's responding like we are going to deliver. That is being represented in our contract renewals. So that is the value which we try to carry forward in our journey. And again, it's all part of you being part of the Neutrinos. Thank you.
Thank you, Raj. Give it up for Raj. Can we please have the mic reduced a little bit? Thank you so much. Raj was talking about focusing on the needs of the customer, and that actually leads me to the next value that we live on a day-to-day basis, which is customer centricity. Everything in the business and the market landscape, if it is not solving a problem, it is not helping you meet a bottom line. And if it isn't helping you meet a bottom line, irrespective of what the idea is or how great it is or how utopian a world it can create, if it is not creating immediate impact or foreseeable impact in the future, it does not contribute to the economic landscape. And to speak more about the impact of customer centricity amalgamated with confidence as well as humility, authenticity, and curiosity, I'd love to invite up to the front Gautam Reddy. Give it up for Gautam, everybody. Come on, let's hear it for Gautam. Hey Gautam, how are you feeling?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I can't wait to hear what you have to say. Take it away. Give it up for Gautam once again.
Thank you. Okay, so no speech. I have not prepared any speech as such, but just wanted to say a few things based out of my experience working with customers across the globe, right? So being a startup, we may not have budget for doing marketing like big companies does in the market. We may not have funding, like Shamik said, we are still bootstrapped. But what we do have is that customer trust, right? And if we can essentially make that trust and not lose that trust, that is what essentially builds the business for very long term, right? So I think most of us heard from our customers also. Everybody who spoke about us, not spoke just about the technology that we provide, but the business outcomes, right? So that's what matters the most. And we should essentially give most importance to that instead of having complex technologies. Okay. Instead of building complex technology, we should focus on how do we essentially solve simpler problems to customers, but rather deliver more value, right? Few examples is back in 2018, I think, we went to Malaysia. So we were essentially starting Neutrinos journey across the globe. As we all know, we started in India with a customer called Tanishq. Then we went to South Africa with a customer called Teleshore. Then we went to Malaysia for a customer called Generali. Then we were going to Singapore for Aviva, etc., etc. As we were traveling across the globe, one of the example that I wanted to pick specifically to mention why is it important to focus on customer problems more than having the technology at hand, right? So before us going to Malaysia, there was a vendor who did one complex implementation for Generali for 2 years, right? And it went to production and failed miserably, right? The reason being, it was super good in terms of technology. It was performance, scalable, it works, but what does the user feel when they use it, right? Absolutely not great. That's where it failed, right? And we took over same technology stack. This is what I want to mention, same exact bloody technology stack. Within 3 months, we did the way that users would love to use it. And that stayed in production for almost 5 years of us being in Neutrinos, right? So that is what is customer centricity. We need to earn customers' trust, and rest will be certainly the business, right? So we saw Vikram speaking, why was it important for Prudential to choose Neutrinos? We heard even from Sun Life the same kind of reasons, right? Which is what we should essentially tend to do more, which is essentially building that trust with the customer and focusing on their core business outcomes than just, building technology assets. So that's my one takeaway from customer centricity.
Thank you, Gautam. Give it up for Gautam, everybody. A lot of what Gautam was speaking about actually alluded, if we can modulate the mic a little bit, please. Check. Yeah, thank you. A lot of what Gautam was speaking about alluded to this idea of entrepreneurial orientation. And that is actually a lot about mindset more than anything else. He spoke about the fact that everybody who came before spoke about the company being bootstrapped and having a strain on budgets and things like that. However, what is really important with having a bent of mind that is entrepreneurially inclined, you sort of work on making the most of your resources and doing the most with what you have. And that is truly a mindset. What that gives you is the agility and flexibility to respond in a way that maybe larger organizations or companies can't, because of different hierarchies in place, or the number of loops an idea has to go through, or how fast it can be taken to market, and things like that. So, to speak a bit more about living this value at Neutrinos on a day-to-day basis, I'd love to invite up to the front now Paul Thomas. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Paul Thomas as he talks to us about the orientation from an entrepreneurial perspective. Paul, take it away. Here we go. If I can ask you to come a bit. Paul, can we have you on stage? Huh? Are you comfortable here? Would you like to be on stage?
Sure, it's okay. I am comfortable here. Sorry, what am I supposed to speak about? Can you repeat that, please? Can you please?
Entrepreneurial orientation.
Okay. Okay. I'm prepared. Yeah. Okay, so I am supposed to speak about entrepreneurial orientation. I did some Googling just now while sitting there. So first of all, I think most of the people are like below the age group of 25 here, right? Can I see how many people are below the year of 25? Okay. So, okay. So I think anyone who is below the age of 25, do you like being an entrepreneur? I don't hear any voice. Can someone raise hand who likes to be an entrepreneur? Okay, I see one. Below the age of 25, by the way. Okay, I see one. Okay. Do you know the difference between a businessman, CEO, and entrepreneur? I see one hand. Shiv. Shiv, can I make it interactive? Is it okay? Or do I have to complete a speech? Yeah. Shiv, can you come here and explain just one sentence the difference between CEO or just so that I can understand? Huh? Jaldi aaja.
Just reaching the benchmark. So the CEO is the captain of the ship, and an entrepreneur builds the energy, the systems around him. Needs to thrive on what's given to them. A businessman is somewhat like an entrepreneur. I'm confused there, but CEO is definitely the captain leading that enterprise.
So Shiv says an entrepreneur and a businessman are almost similar, and then there is CEO who is tasked with execution of the company. Any other people who think that they are the same? Okay, so I'm not going to define CEO, businessman, and entrepreneur. So let's try to see what's the difference, right? What are the traits of an entrepreneur? And why I was asking about the new age under 25, that is because people above 26 have already defined it very well around the age of like 1980s. In India, entrepreneurship became very famous. And around 2007, 2008, it died off. After that, the kids who are born, who don't care about becoming an entrepreneur, a businessman, or they don't know the exact definition, right? But what exactly happened, how did that word come, and what it actually means? What behaviors does it actually invoke? So, And why, like if you try to be an entrepreneur, I must say, if you have good examples also, those are counterintuitive to whatever enterprise is trying to be, right? It is very much counterintuitive. It is counter opposite. It is completely opposite of what an enterprise can be. So first thing, entrepreneur is never, and this is some standard definitions. I have just Googled it, right? Entrepreneur is never obsessed with a product or a platform. So is he a businessman, Shiv, now? Is he still a businessman? Entrepreneur is never obsessed about a product or a platform. He's not a businessman anymore. Is he a CEO now? No. Okay. Entrepreneurs are mostly obsessed with problems. The people whom we have called entrepreneurs in the history, Edison, obsessed with problems. Elon Musk, obsessed with problems, doesn't give anything about whether he will create 1,000 products, but doesn't matter to him whether it sells in the market, it doesn't sell in the market. He will put everything in the bank to out there just to sell products. Is he selling actually product? No, he is actually obsessed with problems, right? So I don't know how that is. Let's continue. Okay, so why do you think they are obsessed with? Now, what are the next trait of a guy? So okay, let's say CEO and businessman, can they bypass any form of government rules, or will they try to bypass any sort of government rules or any kind of regulations? Will CEO or businessman try to do that? An entrepreneur will. That is one of the traits of entrepreneur. If you know Uber, the people, without getting any approval, they started their app with taxis and started taking money. If you know Spotify, they downloaded all the songs of the world before they can make a product, right? So entrepreneurs essentially will try to buy out any kind of unconventional processes that will slow them down. So they love progress, right? They love progress more than anything. To make progress happen, they will try to solve problems which hinders progress, and in the process they end up making products, or the surrounding people will start selling them as products, or they will take whatever it takes to make a product. But mostly entrepreneur will not do that. CEOs and businessmen will. Okay, so let's go to the third one. Okay, so now you have a problem, and you have a problem. What was the next one? You have no fear of you have no fear of systems. You have no fear of processes. You don't fear the government. You don't fear. You are a rebel, right? So you see, this is again a human trait: a rebel, a rock star, an entrepreneur, or an influencer. I don't know. Is that a rock star nowadays? So let's go to the third one. So you know the problem. You have the strength to do it. Now you need, what is the third thing that you want? So, oh, okay. 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 I am, so Shamik is saying I'm making too much of a big speech. I'll try to bring it down. It was falling. Okay. So again, we are talking about traits of an entrepreneur, right? So the third trait is beg, borrow, and steal, right? Start begging for money, begging for people, borrow as much as you can. It doesn't matter. You have to solve the problem first, right? To solve the problem, you will beg as much as possible. You will borrow, and steal. You can steal ideas. You need ideas and money, so you can steal ideas as well. Okay, so now we know all three. Now let's try to bring it down. Does it apply to any of us here? Does it apply to any of us here, or do you think we are doing it? Let me. Okay, so let me tell in context, right? So in the end, most of the platform that we build or whatever stuff we have built, it is little bit unconventional, or whichever customers we essentially work with. Hey, style de vada bhai. Oh, it's okay. Okay, so how do we like make it into a Neutrinos context? Does anyone feel like they know a person who doesn't care about the systems? Okay. Ramya is going to give an example.
The example is you, Paul. Why should they be looking at Neutrinos over the large players? He actually drew out for me on that PPT, and you won't believe, Paul, I've seen that video recording at least 10 times till now. 15 days it's been. I watch every single time before I go pitch to even Shamik's VCs, some of the ones that I go to, or even to my customers. I pitch the way you pitch. What he spoke about is, Ramya, what we are building is better than Salesforce. That's what he said not in so many words, but he actually said that this is what we are building. Salesforce is building this. Their problem statements are these, and this is how we are going to be relevant in the market if we build this. And that vision that you gave is, how big is Salesforce, guys? Billions. How big is Neutrinos? We are still in 2-digit millions, right? And that vision that you gave, who's building the product, if you don't give me that vision, that is an entrepreneurial vision that you gave, right? And otherwise, a product guy would have said, Ramya, this feature is coming up, AI Hub is coming. That's the language you would have spoken to me. I would have expected that. An entrepreneurial mind is somebody who explains, what does that product that I'm building going to make sense as an end objective, or how is that we are going to be getting money out of it? All the things that he spoke about, the attributes of being an entrepreneur, that is the mindset that he has when I speak to him. And this is what we have to have in every one of you guys. You think about it as an entrepreneur, not as the job that you're going to do as a coding or any of that. And I think that is what I saw in you. The example is you.
Thank you, Ramya. बहुत हो गया speech. Chalo guys, enjoy.
Thank you, Paul, for that entire. I think that felt like being in college and listening to a lecture, a masterclass on entrepreneurial orientation. Give it up for Paul, and thank you, Ramya, for elucidating on those points further. Ladies and gentlemen, to actually honor the people who live these values every single day, I'd love to invite to the front Dr. Hari. Dr. Hari, can we please have you here in the front to recognize and honor the individuals who live these values on a day-to-day basis? Give it up for Dr. Hari! Yeah! Dr. how's it going? You're most welcome.
Okay, this is definitely not a speech. It's very late in the day, by the way. Paul, thank you for the very enlightening words. Just before I read out what's here, I think a lot of what was spoken now, right? For many of us, it might have gone over our heads, and some of us are wondering, why are we sitting here so late in the day on a Friday evening and all that stuff, right? Just one thing, without being very philosophical, I'd say stop. I know it's a very busy day for all of us, every day, late nights. I was just talking to Hari just now, and he was telling how difficult it was working with Salem, right? Salem was shouting at him and all this stuff. And that boy is actually appreciating, saying that this learning that I had with Salem was fantastic. So it's that, all that difficult work we are doing at the end of the day, let's take it as a learning for our own careers, wherever we are. Neutrinos, hopefully, is a long journey for all of us. But even otherwise, every day that we are spending, please pick it up as a learning. Every extra hour that we are doing is a learning as well. Sorry, this went off. Sure. And I just wanted to say, guys, sometime in the week, in the day, take a stop, look at your purpose. Why are you here in Neutrinos? Why are you doing what you're doing? And if there are still any questions, please reach out to Ramya, our Chief Purpose Officer in the company. Please stop, question. If there are any, really, if you have any questions about what you're doing, why are you doing, etc., please reach out to Ramya. Ramya, I took the privilege. Yeah, sure. Okay, I want to invite Gavin here. Gavin, for being curious. Yo, Gavin, shout out for Gavin, please. Some more noise. Come on, guys. Our own boy from Goa. He brings the Goa culture to Bangalore office whenever he's coming to Bangalore. Yo, Gavin. Thanks, Tom.
Check. Can we have the podium mic on? Podium mic on.
Okay.
This. Can I get the podium mic? Louder. This award recognizes Gavin Picardo for his remarkable growth, initiative, and positive attitude. He quickly grasps new concepts, takes ownership of his work, and supports the team while steadily building his skills and business understanding. Gavin's dedication and eagerness to learn have made a meaningful impact on both his work and those around him. Give it up for Gavin, everybody!
Very complicated description, but yes, Gavin, fantastic.
Trying to figure it out, but thank you so much.
Lovely.
Okay, cool. I go. Thank you.
Calling Sanjit P. And this is for being authentic.
Give it up for Sanjit, everybody! Come on, let's hear those cheers. Sanjit has demonstrated exceptional dedication and expertise while leading the most complex AI hub implementation globally at Manulife Indonesia. Collaborating closely with both product and project teams, he has ensured seamless performance, earning praise from the customer and regional teams. His efforts safeguarded our position against external competition, delivering outstanding accuracy and results. Give it up for Sanjit!
Lovely! Okay, calling Shamim Ahmed for the value of being confident yet humble.
Shamim's confident. Can I have Shamim Ahmed on stage? Shamim's confidence, humility, and approachable nature have earned him great respect at T1H Life, at TRH Life, TRH One Life. Despite being new to the technology, his dedication in mastering ghost draft handling and policy document processes ensured smooth project deployments, reflecting his ability to learn quickly and support the team effectively. On behalf of Shamim,
okay.
On behalf of Shamim, Arvind is collecting his award. Let's hear it for Shamim, everybody. Thank you, Arvind.
Calling next for being customer-centric, Pandeji.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Gaurav! Gaurav has consistently exemplified exceptional customer centricity. As the key engineering support for Neutrinos Alpha implementations, he delivers rapid, high-quality solutions with deep ownership and minimal guidance. His responsiveness, problem-solving, and proactive approach have earned customer trust, reduced delays, and ensured seamless outcomes across markets. So give it up for Gaurav Pandey! Woo!
And for those of you who do not know, Gaurav was in the Merchant Navy and he's got some fantastic stories about traveling across the world during COVID. Fantastic stories. I loved it. Whenever you find, please, you have time, please reach out to him. You'll love it.
Okay, calling upon next entrepreneurial orientation, the person I just was having a conversation with, Hariharan. Hari.
Give it up for Hariharan Joy for the Entrepreneurial Orientation Award. Hariharan has demonstrated exceptional ownership, leadership, and initiative, driving successful project delivery, enhancing system performance, and mentoring team members. His ability to innovate, guide, and go the extra mile reflects the rare entrepreneurial mindset that sets him apart. Give it up for Hariharan one more time! And thank you, Dr. Hari, for giving away this set of awards. Massively appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Dr. Hari. Thank you. And now to give away the next set of awards, it is my honor and pleasure to invite on stage, please come up on stage to give away the next set of awards. Gaurav, can you please have her on stage? Gautam, can you please have her on stage? The next set of awards are the special awards. And these are the Neutrinos Rising Star Award, the Pillar of Excellence Award, and the Catalyst of Innovation Award. We just learned that Gautam is on a call, and instead I'd like to please invite on stage to give away this next set of awards. Suresh, can you please have me on stage? So ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Suresh sir. Come on, let's have fun. Gautam is back. Give it up for Gautam on the board. Gautam, can you please have me on stage to give away the next set of awards? Thank you so much. Meeting is lowered on stage right now. Thank you, Gautam. The awards that we're giving away now are the Neutrinos Rising Star Award, Pillar of Excellence Award, and Catalyst of Innovation Award. Welcome back.
So, the Pillar of Excellence Award goes to Paul Thomas.
This award the award honors a steadfast contributor whose long-standing dedication, consistency, and reliability form the foundation of Neutrinos' sustained success. Give it up for Paul Thomas, everybody! Woohoo! Welcome back, Paul. Paul has won the Pillar of Excellence Award. Let's have it for Paul, everybody. Come on, let's have a massive round of applause. Thank you for being such an encouraging group of people. Congratulations, Paul.
Hey everyone, this is Sharon, sister of Paul Thomas. This photo is incredibly proud of your hard work, integrity and dedication that you bring to your work. And that being recognized, I'm truly glad. So thank you Neutrinos for choosing him, a truly well-deserved, and congratulations Mr. Paul Thomas for your achievement. Keep thriving.
Give it up for Paul, everybody. What a lovely note. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a surprise for everyone who's won an award in this category. Their family members have sent a special note for them. Up next, and now for the Neutrinos Rising Star Award, which recognizes the best promising newcomer who shows exceptional potential, fast learning, and early impact at Neutrinos. And the first person to win this award, the Neutrinos Rising Star Award, is Ahmed Badawi. Give it up for Ahmed, who I know is not here right now. He's on site, but let's hear it for Ahmed, everybody. Come on. What a lukewarm applause, guys. Can we give it up for Ahmed? He's got to be able to hear it all in Saudi, man. Come on. Lovely. Congratulations, Ahmed.
I have the pleasure of recognizing someone who has made an exceptional impact in a very short time. Our recently joined senior project manager has demonstrated outstanding commitment, dedication, and focus. He hit the ground running, and genuinely, he never looked back. He brings experience, clarity, and calm, even when the deadline try their best to test us. So for his exceptional performance and unwavering commitment, and as well as unstoppable drive, it is my pleasure to present him for the new Joining Award. Congratulations, Ahmed Badawi, and thanks for raising the bar for all of us.
And the next person that is being honored with the Neutrinos Rising Star Award is none other than Ishan Gautam. Give it up for Ishan, everybody! Come on, Ishan, let's get you up on stage, man! Let's keep it moving! Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, can we have some applause? Congratulations, Ishan.
Congratulations, ईशान. लोग जब आपके बारे में बातें करते हैं, आपके एक्सेलेंस, आपके लीडरशिप, आपके हार्ड वर्क के बारे में, तो मुझे बहुत खुशी होती है और उम्मीद है कि आगे भी आप बहुत अच्छे करोगे. थैंक्स, ऑल द बेस्ट.
शानदार उपलब्धि के लिए आपको बहुत बहुत बधाई हो. आपके लगन और मेहनत से आज ये दिन देखने को मिला है. बहुत मेहनत किया है आपने और बहुत खुश हैं हम सब कि आप इतने अच्छे तरीके से अपने काम को अंजाम देते हो. और ये काम आपका प्यार है, आप उसे इतने प्यार और लगन के साथ करते हो. जब आपका ऑफिस चलता है तो पूरा घर एकदम साइलेंट मोड में चला जाता है. ऐसा लगता है जैसा पूरा कॉर्पोरेट हमारे घर में उतर आया हो. और ये सब हम लोग बहुत एंजॉय करते हैं. तो आगे भी यही शुभकामना है कि आप इसी तरह अपने काम को प्यार से करते रहो और जो आपका करने का एक अच्छा सा तरीका है वो और भी आगे बढ़ते रहे. इसी तरह आप अच्छे से काम करते रहो. ऑल द बेस्ट बेटा, बहुत सारी शुभकामनाएं. लव यू ईशान.
Hello Maya, I'm so proud of you. You make me happy every day. I'm so glad to have a brother like you. And I mean, for all of his colleagues, I've seen him stay up till 4 and 5 completing his projects. And as a good sister that I am, I would give him unlimited ice cream and he will steal my chips. And he always does it. So thank you for being such a warm family towards him. And I'm just so happy that you are getting this prize. Thank you so much for being such an amazing brother. I couldn't have asked for anyone else, honestly, and I will keep stealing your swag and your music taste, even if you know it. I love you.
Wow. What beautiful, heartfelt. Give it up for Ishan, everybody. Come on, let's hear it for him. And the next person who is being honored with the award of the Neutrinos Rising Star is Anil Kumar Janardhan. Give it up for Anil, everybody.
Congratulations.
Anil, can we have you on stage? Making his way, coming up. Give it up for Anil! Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it! Woo! Congratulations.
have you in my life.
Congratulations, Papa.
Wow. What a lovely message. How do you feel?
Speechless, really.
Congratulations. That was incredible. Give it up for Anna, everybody. So with a little spirit. We've honored the rising stars at Neutrinos. We've also presented the Pillar of Excellence Award. Coming up next is the Catalyst of Innovation. And this award celebrates an individual who consistently sparks original thinking, challenges conventions, and transforms ideas into impactful solutions. And that is none other than DJ! So give it up for DJ, everybody! DJ, can we please have you on stage? Congratulations! DJ, sing, everybody! Let's hear it for him. Let's give him a massive round of applause! Congratulations, DJ.
Hi DJ, don't be surprised to see me here, and I'm incredibly proud of knowing the fact that you're getting the award for the most innovative ideas. And honestly, it's just zero surprise for me because I've seen the way you're so curious, you're so creative, and that you bring in a lot of ideas where you want to push your limits and boundaries so that you can make a real impact. And that's really, really great to see, and we all admire about you. I want to thank Ramya and Pooja for giving me a chance to pop up here and celebrate with you. And Neutrinos is so lucky to have you. Come back here soon so that we can celebrate together.
You're on the DJ! And now, the next award is for the Subtle Disruptor. This is an award that recognizes a change maker who drives meaningful, disruptive impact with humility, proving that the strongest influence works silently. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the winners of the Subtle Disruptor Award. It goes to Shivendra Pratap Singh Chauhan and Manikanta Mumirivapu. Ladies and gentlemen, can we please have Shivendra and Manikanta on stage? Congratulations to the both of you. Can we please have the second award as well? Thank you. Congratulations, Shivendra. And congratulations, Manikanta. Let's hear it for the both of them, everybody. We'll have your videos.
Hello, Shiven.
This afternoon, we got a call from Mohini, your HR manager, and she told us that on the 19th, you'll be awarded and recognized by your company. Not that it came as a shocker or rather a surprise to us. We already know you right since your birth. Your capabilities, your intellect, your loyalty, your dedication, everything. You have all the good qualities that every person is aspiring for. So you'll do much better in life. We are sure of it. And while you are at it, continue with your high spirits and dedication and loyalty. Our best wishes to Neutrinos, all your colleagues, for the Happy New Year and a Merry Christmas. Thank you. Well done.
What a wonderful message.
Bye.
Thank you, parents of Shivendra. Can we now also have the message for Manikanta? Congratulations, Shivendra.
Hi Mani, I heard that you got an award in your workplace and congratulations, keep it up.
Hi Manikanta, congratulations. We are very proud of you. ఈ అవార్డ్ అంతా నీ హార్డ్ వర్క్ కి నీ డెడికేషన్ కి ఒక గుర్తింపు. మేమందరం చాలా హ్యాపీ ఫీల్ అవుతున్నాం నీకు అవార్డు వచ్చినందుకు. ఇలాంటి అవార్డులు ఇంకా మంచి మంచి అవార్డులు నీకు ఎన్నో రావాలి. నువ్వు మంచి మంచి హైట్స్ కి నువ్వు ఇంకా రీచ్ అవ్వాలని మేము మనస్ఫూర్తిగా కోరుకుంటున్నాం. థ్యాంక్ యూ ఆల్.
Thank you.
Thank you and congratulations, Mani. Ladies and gentlemen, the next awards are the Values in Action Award. And this award recognizes a role model who embodies Neutrinos' values through grace, integrity, professionalism, and composure in every interaction. And this award goes to Ramya Krishna. Give it up for Ramya, everybody! Okay, Ramya, can we please have you on stage? On stage to receive your award for Values in Action. Congratulations to you. Well, oh, there she is. Wonderful. Congratulations, Ramya. Give it up for Ramya, everybody! Woohoo! Ramya was asking, where did I get it? Congratulations, Ramya. There's a little message for you on screen. There's a little message for you. Can we have the video, please?
Ramya, I came to know you're getting grace in award. We are very happy.
Congratulations, sister. It's really amazing to see you receiving this award. I know how many efforts, patience, and hard working you have put in over the years. Once again, congratulations, sister.
Ramya. Congrats, Ramya. Congratulations, Chitti. Congratulations, Chitti.
What a lovely message. Give it up for Ramya, everybody! Congratulations. And now, it's time for the Impact Beyond Role Award. An award that recognizes the individual who transcends role boundaries, proactively stepping beyond expectations to enable team success. And this award goes to Muhammad Arif Shah. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Arif Shah! Can you please have you on stage? Come on up, man. Come on, come on, come on. Congratulations. Inviting also on stage Aditya, who manages Arif Shah, to please come on stage and speak a few words. Please stay on stage, my friend. Thank you and congratulations. Give it for Aditya, everybody! And Arif Shah as well.
Okay, so this is our Puspa. Okay. He has so much fire in him, so at time he bounce back like anything. Continue. Congrats. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you and congratulations to Arif Shah. Ladies and gentlemen, Gautam, thank you so much for giving away these set of awards. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Give it up for Gautam, everybody. To give away the next set of awards, I'd like to please invite on stage Mohini and Vikash. If you can please, both of us, join us on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Mohini and Vikash to give away the next set of awards. Thank you so much. The next set of awards are the team awards. And the first award is for Claims for delivering Neutrinos' first health science journey for ART, which is a complex, evolving engagement that culminated in a transformational solution recognized and appreciated by ART CEO and health business leadership. The team comprises of the following incredible individuals. As I call out your names, I request you to please come up to the stage. Give it up for Azaz Kareem Khan, Eben Varghese, Karthikeyan Radhakrishnan, Raja Sanmarga, Sonu Suresh, Syed Khanal Basha, Karthik KK, Pramjula Prasanna Kumar, and Vignesh Padmanabhan. I invite the entire team for ART Health Sales Endorsements and Claims to please come up on stage. Thank you. For the ART Health Sales Endorsements and Claims team, everybody, come on. Let's hear it for them. We've heard about what an instrumental role they've played in cracking this deal and creating a transformation. Let's hear it for them. Come on, make some noise, everybody. Make some noise. Woohoo! What an incredible audience, guys. Thank you. Thank you for your support and for cheering everybody on. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting to you the best team! Woohoo! ART Health Sales Endorsements and Claims. Give it up for the best team, everybody! Woohoo! Congratulations, everyone. Wishing you all more success as you go forward. I'd like to invite Shamik Ghosh back on stage for his address and a note he'd like to share with all of you. Give it up for Shamik, everybody!
Thank you. First, I have 3 points to make. One, there are many projects that have gone live, including Sun Life Hong Kong. So we really had a tough time to decide which is the best team award. In fact, Sun Life Hong Kong, according to the jury, is the first implementation which was done seamlessly without even a single involvement from the product team. It was on time, or rather, on time. A lot of good stuff, right? Ideally, from a scale and from the maturity of delivery point of view, Sun Life Hong Kong should have been the chosen one. But when we look at, contrary to that, when you look at ART Health, right, there were scope creeps, there were delays, many other things. However, this is where the core values of Neutrinos come into picture, and rather helped us really to decide which is the best team. For nobody's fault, Sun Life Hong Kong, the business users have not started using the end solution as yet. So we do not have end users feedback. Wherein in ART Health, among many engagements that we are doing in ART, the first time the CEO, who's the most critic of ours, first time this time around when I met, said, your health implementation is transformation. Not only my business users, but even my partners, banker, channel partners, they love the end solutions. So when we looked at saying what really mattered to us, is it the best practices? Obviously, that has to be there, right? And if I can, tell this ART health team that next time, the bar will be around delivering best practices on time with quality. But what really stood out is the customer centricity, right? It's where customer felt, wow, customer said, you have really transformed my business. So kudos to ART health team. Excellent job, right? When customer says, wow, customer says, you have transformed, you made the, our day. The second thing I wanted to say is in this, some of you who been in Neutrinos have been part of a few other annual days, you would have noticed that the bar has raised, right? The choice of people and the selection this time is done very, very thoughtfully with bar raised, right? So it's also to urge rest of you that look at these folks, the kind of contribution, the kind of that they have delivered to the customers as well as to the organization, and that is the bar, right? So that you inspire and aspire to that. This awards categories excludes the senior leaders, not me, obviously I'm not, but all the the senior leaders whom we consider at the tier 2 leaderships. So anybody who felt that why those folks are not considered, because they are the leaders, they are the one who are deciding these awards and the nominations. So that's the second point. The third thing that I want to mention, which quite often gets unnoticed or unspoken, is about the whole support team within Neutrinos, right? So first of all, I would really, really want to thank Pooja, Mohini, Meghna, and all the folks from the HR team who really made these annual day in such a short notice so seamless experience. Thanks to all of you. Thanks, Pooja. Really excellent job. Thanks, Mohini, for your steership. The second, the whole support team from finance, from operations, Indresh, obviously led by Vikas, Neha, sorry, I forgot Ram, Ramesh, and all the people who are supporting us day to day have their own constraints, yet they are supporting us in each and every day with full dedication, relentlessly, 24/7, right? At certain times. So please, I would request all of you to give a big round of applause to all the people from HR, finance, marketing, all the folks. Please, can it be louder? Yeah, lastly, special thanks to Sukanya, Solomon, Sitara for putting all these videos and presentation and whole marketing, the nuances and presentations together. They've worked relentlessly for last 2-3 days. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Shamik. Let's hear it for all of the people that we just spoke about, working behind the scenes to make this day a reality. Let's give it up for them, everybody. They deserve every single clap that you can give them. Give it up from the bottom of your hearts. Congratulations on pulling this off, everyone. Look at everyone. They're all here because of your efforts. Let's hear it for them. Come on. Yeah, thank you. And now I enjoy it. Some time ago, in the spirit of innovation and collaboration, there was a really, really cool hackathon that happened internally. Are you all aware of what I'm talking about? Do you know about this hackathon? Yes or no? Yes or no? This hackathon was designed to foster a culture of innovation, collaboration, ownership across the organization. The goal was simple yet ambitious: to reimagine real-world problems in areas like risk, resilience, and intelligent automation, and to build practical, scalable ideas that leverage Neutrinos' platform thinking and to collaborate across teams. More than 14 teams participated that had over 30 passionate hackers and problem solvers. And the top 3 finalists that have been selected, who will be presenting their pitches and their ideas here today, are the following: Climb Show with Ashwin B and Navneet CK. Give it up for them, everybody. The second team that's gone into the finals is Climate Risk Intelligence, led by Utkarsh Datta, and Live Easy by Dinesh Ravi. So can we hear it for all of them? And I'd like to first invite all these 3 to please come here to the side of the stage. And I'd like to invite Ashwin B and Navneet CK to please present their plan on stage within a timeline of 5 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for all of these amazing, amazing people that have emerged as the finalists of the hackathon, and for every team that participated. Let's give it up for them, everybody. Come on. First up, Climb Show with Ashwin and Navneet. Can we please have you on stage? They're here. All right. Do we have them here? Eldo. Do we have them here? Do we have Navneet here? And do we have Ashwin here? Oh, they're here. Where are they? Can we please have you on stage? Two ambitious, creative youngsters. Give it up for Ashwin and Navneet for Climb Show. Can we please have one more mic given to them? Thank you. Take it away, boys.
So hi guys, myself I'm Ashwin B. Tachil and I'm SD1 at Neutrinos. So I have been working here for the last 1 month.
Ashwin, just a moment, just a moment. Before you proceed, I'd like to tell everybody who the panelists are. Please give it up for our panelists: Shamik, Peter, Suresh, Ramya, and Dr. Hari. They will be evaluating these pitches. Give it up for our panelists, everybody. All right, take it away.
Hello, my name is Navneet CK and I am working as SDU1 at Neutrinos, and I am working here for the past 1 month.
So here we are here to present our project called Climate Sure, which is a dynamic window climate insurance plugin. So before moving further, I would like to invite my friend to share the motive which we had to build this project for this hackathon event.
Okay. Before that, let me ask you a question. How many of you remember about the Kerala flood 2018? Okay, that's great. Let me ask one more harder question. How many people do you know who lost everything? Not just home, like documents, vehicles, properties, memories. Yeah, that's it. For thousands of families, the flood just lasted for few days, but the impact lasted for years. There are homes are submerged and vehicles were destroyed and lot of small to large scale companies were disappeared overnight. And after all of that, people asked one question painfully. We paid the insurance for the whole year. But why did it came up late? Or sometimes not at all? And that the reality we witnessed. Here, one of India's worst natural disasters exposed critical gaps in traditional insurance system. Thousands of insured families faced significant claim delays, widespread disputes over coverage interpretation, and unclear and inconsistent payout structures. And what will be the core issue? Mainly, the problem wasn't the existence of insurance coverage. It was outdated risk pricing in a rapid changing climate. And traditional models couldn't keep pace with evolving weather patterns. And the overall economic loss was huge, estimated around 26,000 to 30,000 crore total damage. So, why this problem matters today? There is unpredictable rainfall, and there is seasonal extremes, and there is dynamic risk reality. So the result is high-risk regions receive underpriced coverage, and low-risk customers pay inflated premiums, and finally, insurers face unexpected losses and disputes.
So from that disaster to design, we found a gap there, which is in the Kerala flood revealed a disconnect between the real-time climate risk assessment and the traditional insurance pricing logic. From that, we derived a question like, what if the insurance premium will be able to adjust based on the when and where the actual high risk is presented? So for that question, we came up with a solution which is Climate Sure. So Climate Sure is a dynamic window climate insurance plugin which can be used to the existing insurance company. So there will be three important aspects. One is risk window identification, the second one is seasonal risk pricing, and the third one is explainable framework.
And now I would like to explain the dynamic risk windows. We took this example from Kerala monsoon season, and it will be applicable on all geographic location according to user coordinates. And here, January to March showing a low risk window, and the next, April to June showing a moderate risk window, and the next, the July to September showing a high risk window, and finally, October to December showing a low risk window. So what is traditional approach is doing here? One flat annual premium regardless of seasonal variations in the climate risk. So the result is customers overpay during safe periods, insurers underprice risky windows. And what is our Climate Sure approach is? Premium adjust based on validated monthly risk patterns for each specific location. And the result is fair for customers and sustainable for insurers.
So let me give you a better view from the aspects of the customers and the insurance companies. So for the customers, it will be fair pricing, no overpayment and faster claims. And when it comes to the insurance company, accurate pricing, loss predictability, and trust and transparency. So if you dive into the economic side-by-side comparison, as you can see, we took an example for a premium per year, it will be 12 rupees for a user in the traditional baseline. So the user need to pay 1 rupees per month. So when it comes to the commercial model, we took a high risk window, which will be a 4-month risk. And the user need to pay 2 rupees per month. So the overall premium will be 8 rupees. So if we do a break-even analysis of that premium, we can say that in the traditional baseline, the company needs to sell 100 users, company needs to sell the policy for the 100 users to make a margin 1200. If they are using this climate share target or climate share method, they need to sell 50% more insurance. So it will be there, they need to sell 150 insurance total. So the key insight is the climate share must acquire 1.5x more customer to meet the annual income which is generated in the traditional baseline. But the lower prices dramatically improve the conversion and rates and market penetration, especially in price sensitive segment. So why this math work? We can think it in a customer point of view. So instead of paying 12 rupees per year, the customer only need to pay 8 rupees, which is 33% lower price reduction. So that significantly lowers the barrier to entry. So lower price per customer will be result in a higher number of customer. So it will be an revenue stays balanced, and it will be a scalable method for the company to scale this up.
And the next I'm going to explain is the system architecture overview. The first one is climate data injection. The multi-source data collection from trusted climate APIs via Neutrinos SSD. So what we are doing in Neutrinos SSD is we integrated 3 APIs or more than that, like rainfall, flood, hurricane, more than that. And we will take a historical data from that, and we will set up a payload, and that we will pass to an AI assistant that will recognize and analyze the risk windows and the premium multipliers. Then we are passing that for the premium calculation. And the next is risk analysis and validation. AI assisted pattern recognition with rule-based validation. And the third thing is premium calculation. Neutrinos Reals engine processes risk multipliers. And finally, the policy output, auditable, explainable insurance policy generation. And the AI-assisted risk analysis. The first one is data aggregation. API responses combined into unified climate payload for each location. And the next is the Gemini AI processing. Advanced pattern recognition analyzes historical trends and seasonal variation.
Team Navneet, and sorry to cut you in the middle. You have 30 seconds more to complete your pitch. Thank you.
Okay, the next is the risk intelligence output. AI identify high risk month, generate risk scores, and recommend weather multipliers. And finally, the rule-based pricing. AI insight inform but not control. Final pricing decision and maintaining explainability.
So we are planning to add one more feature to this project in the future, like real-time climate risk monitoring. So I will explain through an example for this. For example, a user buys a insurance for a specific window from June to August, and any sudden climate risk is happening outside this window. For example, in the November, there is a cyclone is coming. So we will push a notification to the user to ask him whether he want to activate or not. So by implementing this feature, we can avoid the confusion is happening to the user. Like, what if there is anything happen outside this window, we will get covered or not.
Second warning for time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's it.
My apologies, but in the interest of time, this is the second warning. You have a 30-second buffer. So if you'd like to complete your presentation, now is a good time.
Now we can move to a demo. Like, since we mentioned it was a plugin, so we don't have any kind of UI here. So these are the data which will be received from the company to analyze the risk of the user. Then we will pass that data into the SSD for calling different external APIs for collecting the risk of the past years. Then
Navneet, and sorry to interrupt you, Ashwin, you have 2 additional minutes. All right, there's been a decision. You can take the 2 additional minutes to explain your concept. Thank you.
So as you can see here, these data will be passed to SSD, and we will collect those climate data, and we will create a payload for the Gemini AI to pass and evaluate the high risk month and generate a premium multiplier. So these data will be shared to Neutrinos Reels platform to generate an insurance premium. So as you can see here, we got the final premium which is generated by the Reels by using some multipliers and premium calculation logic. And also we have the data about the month. Like in the May month 2024, we had rain risk high, flood risk high, storm risk is low, and we got the measurement as well. So as well as like we have different months like May, June, July, August. These are the 4 high risk window which we got.
So, like I said, climate change is always dynamic, so protection shouldn't be. So, that's how Climate Sure ensures that helps arise when the real risk is here.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Navneet and Ashwin presenting Climate Show. Please give it up for both of these gentlemen. What a lovely idea. You have my apologies for cutting you while you were in, but that was in the interest of time. I request all of the panelists to please evaluate their ideas because you will have to choose the winning pitch at the end of all 3 pitches. Thank you, Navneet. Thank you, Ashwin.
I think we have a couple of questions from the panel. Yeah.
All right.
So from the business impact that you showed, you picked up 4 months, right?
Right.
Which were high risk months, or 3 months that were high risk months, right? Now, is Climate Sure saying do not insure the rest of the 9 months or of the year, or are you focusing? Is increasing his risk, right? The asset that he is insuring for a shorter period of time during the high risk time, with the assumption that because of this, the premium will fall, and so you will be able to sell more. So the objective of this whole product is to increase insurance coverage across the region. Is that the business impact that you are trying to achieve?
Like we are trying to achieve like for example in the traditional baseline we will purchase the insurance for the whole year, right? So there is a low risk areas. So in the customer's POV they are like providing a full premium and there is low risk. Like there is no point for paying that amount for the low risk months. Like we can some like in every area we have different monsoon seasons or different
paying less. Does
like,
that mean customer is paying less?
Paying less.
Win for insurance.
Win for customer because he's only risky months. Win for insurance because reducing and starting premium collection with more number of people.
Point of view. Okay. Last question. Point of view, you used what all components?
For building this demo, we used Neutrinos SSD platform and Reels platform. We use the SSD platform for creating backend APIs, and from there we are calling external several APIs to collect this climate data and calling this Gemini AI. From there, we will call this Reels platform to generate this premium calculations or do this premium multipliers and all. From the Reels, we are getting this premium amount.
And they wanted to, and one more factor that I wanted to add as their mentor is the last point. Just wanted to add one more point on behalf of them as their mentor. It is also the calculations, right? So how did they essentially use the data? Whatever they have explained here, they have just wrapped it up in 5 minutes, but the research that has gone and what points they have given us is what actually kicked us about selecting this. So really impressed, guys. Good job. And that was done in just 2 days, guys. Can't believe it.
Thank you, Navneet. Thank you, Ashwin. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Climber Show. Team Climber Show, everybody. Coming up next to present their pitch for climate risk intelligence is Utkarsh Datta. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Utkarsh with a massive round of applause as he comes and talks to us about his pitch for climate risk intelligence. Take it away, Utkarsh. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Utkarsh. Thank you.
Hi guys. So, in meantime, while Ello will solve this presentation issue, I'll just introduce myself. Hi, I'm Utkarsh, and I'm a UI UX designer at Neutrinos. So, my project is climate risk intelligence. Basically, whatever this Ashwin and Navneet told, I truly resemble with them because I also had a past with relatives. They are losing their shops and all, and the premium they pay, the coverage they got is very less, just because the company is under risk the climate consequences. And as a designer, as a UX guy, I have to think both from people and business perspective. So if we will talk about people, yeah, they are losing money. And if we will talk about business, still they are losing in billions. They are losing in 100 plus billions in coverage. So whatever the risk and whatever the damage they are covering is very less, and but the damage which is total is going afar of the roofs. So I just hope it will share soon so I can show you some numbers. Okay, let me Is it open? Yeah. This commands you to enter. Enter commands. Okay, so I think the full screen view is not working, so I will just show from the Chrome view. Yeah. I have already went through this slide actually. What I'm taking as like a user perspective and both from the business perspective. So So there are two kinds of markets I'm trying to tackle. First one is the commercial market, which had around 100 billions of loss last year, and also there is a market for a big MNCs and large cap companies like Microsoft, Google, and all. So what I have researched for them is like there is an international governance like of International Sustainability Board (ISSB), which have a certain norms and it complies for the TCFD regulatory guidelines, so which have two types of risk: physical and transition risk. Physical risk is basically whatever the climate risk are there, what they have told, and there is a transition risk as well, which comes from the carbon emission. So these are the two things which I'm trying to solve, because nowadays ECG companies who are having this, who are doing the TCFD compliance and regulatory guidelines, so they are basically taking 12 to 18 weeks to complete it, and for each of the consultants it takes around $5 lakh. So it's a very huge amount. If I'll try to tackle this with the automation, it takes around only 2 to 3 minutes, and it costs very less for the business companies. So with the numbers and all, before going like how I will how I'll integrate it with Neutrinos and all, I would like first to show you a demo, so you will get a good idea of what I have made. No, that's a hard part for me. So for my use case, I have built this, and this total thing is done by vibe coding. So here, I just want to take all the marketing, sales, and non-technical teams. Like if you don't even know coding, you can do anything, you can achieve anything. You just know the logic and the connecting points, which API you should take, and the AI will take all of the things. So first thing here is I have to add a company. So for any company, whoever wants to add, who have to do their risk analysis, they first have to add their name and industry sector, the annual revenue, and all the things, the carbon emission for each scope. And there are also, they have to add the locations, like the longitude, latitude of their each of assets, and also like how much elevated it is. So these are all the data what I'm taking from the company. And if I will, so if I'll create a company and run an assessment, I have to first add like what is the current scenario, like how much is the total cost of the carbon value, which is coming now. So yeah, so in what I have made is a multi-agentic structure, which have first one is data collector. It will collect all the data which we have given as from company, and it gives it to the research agent. We research for the mitigation measures, whatever the companies has kept, and it generates a draft on it. And then there is carbon price agent, which calculates the carbon price according to how much emission of the company is there, and how much total cost of the carbon is in the current scenario. And after that, there is a physical risk agent, which analyzes all the risks of climate consequences, and how much is the elevation. Based on that, it will analyze all the things. It will analyze the risk, flood, and other scenarios. And later on, it gives to financial risk agent, which will totally count the impact of like how much carbon emission is there from the EBITDA, from the annual revenue. And then it will give, there is two last agents, narrator agent, and there is one TCFD compliance agent. So these both are basically writers for me, who are writing the structure and all the data coming from all previous agents, and comprising everything in a TCFD compliance with 4 pillars: governance, sustainability, risk management, these all things. So after it generates, it will give you a overview of whatever things are here, like how much is the risk score, how much is the physical risk, how much is the transition risk, and how much it will impact the EBITDA of the company. And I have also included an agent pipeline from where you can see like what orchestrator agent is giving, what data collector agent is giving, and for all the agents I have added that. In that you can also see conversions, you can also see conversations and the raw JSON file for the purposes. So this is how it works. But the main thing is this full report, where you can see, I can open it in a new tab as well. Yeah. Here you can see the overall score of Apple of this year. Not this year, last year. These data are for last year, where you can see how much is the transition score, how much is the physical risk assessment score, and it gives a executive summary, governance, strategy, risk management for all the companies to help them in reducing the risk of climate and carbon emission. And as well as it gives whole mitigation measures, so for make it more beneficial for the company. And after this, I have just one flow diagram, architecture diagram I would like to show you guys. So yeah, this is all what I have made. And basically, if you will ask me now how we will integrate it with our Neutrinos, how it is beneficial for us. So the thing is, like, there are few platforms that we already have. So in AI Hub, we can attach this assistant and as a plugin or as a separate module for climate risk as a service for add-ons for other companies. And also, like, we can attach this assistant. In Reels, we can make a workflow for calculating premium based on the risk analysis score, what I'm calculating. And both of them, we can integrate it in Pulse with using agent node and business node. And after that, we can have a full automated workflow for calculating premiums and other measures which will be helpful for all the companies. There are a few things I have missed. Just I don't miss. I am working on it actually to integrate Google Map API just because of user experience perspective. I'm telling, because giving a longitude, latitude data is so much hard for everyone. So I will integrate that also. And the second is we have to keep a verified carbon footprint. We have to ask or find a provider, because I have tried to find open source, but I didn't got it. So
Utkarsh,
if we can,
Utkarsh, hi. You've got a minute more, please. Okay.
that will be awesome. More than enough.
Fantastic. Thank you.
So and at the end, like we can do more R&D on it. So because this is all a iterative process, there is nothing at the end. So yeah, this is all from me. If you have any questions, please.
Wonderful. Thank you. Panelists, any questions for Utkarsh?
I don't think we have any questions, but
Ramya's got a question.
Just tell me, you did explain at the beginning, who's the user of this platform?
The user of this platform are the insurers, companies and carriers that we are having. Basically, companies like AXA Life and Guidewire and others, like what I have researched, they are providing assets, and also we can partnership with them and we can sell this product. Or whatever the companies that we have, we can also send it as an add-on, climate risk as a service. So that's how I created this business model.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you, Utkarsh. That was wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Utkarsh for that in-depth, detailed presentation. Thank you for being generous with your time and for listening to what is being presented. It is immensely appreciated. The last finalist who's coming up to introduce and pitch his idea is Dinesh Ravi for Live Easy. Please give it up for Dinesh. Dinesh, can we please have you in the front? Oh, you're already here. Awesome. Great. Give it up for Dinesh, everybody.
Good evening, guys. Sorry. I hope you guys are doing well. So let me try to make this quick as possible. I'll probably go 10x now. So I have a hypothetical insurance company. It's called Live Easy that I've created. Um, so so this company has made a decision to go towards AI automation, like every other industry and everybody else. Because if you don't, then you're gonna lag back because that's the future. Uh, so yeah, let me. So what I've introduced on the platform is for is to automate or day-to-day tasks that someone at the company will have to do, whether it's an operator or a sales agent. So I have created two agents. One is a sales agent who will try to sell you insurance, or someone who you can query about about the insurance before you buy. So that saves a lot of time because you don't have to get on call and waste both people's times, and they can be doing better things. So when the agent can cover most of the scenarios and most of your queries, right? So that's one of the agents, and the other agent that I've built. So the first one is business, what do you call, B2C agent, right? So I also have another agent which is within the company. So as you know, in insurance company, you have operators, right? Or sales operators, basically. So these are the people who are supposed to call customers and answer queries and all of that stuff, right? So so to help that agent, I've also created an internal agent. Yeah, the human agent is going to be held by an internal agent for, it's like a mini assistant that will help him with all the tasks that he can do. So yeah, to create the agent, it's not just a wrapper around existing GPT model, but rather I've used, I'm using RAG methods to kind of give the model some context, so that as we all know that models can hallucinate, and every time ChatGPT releases a new model, it breaks or it just gets worse. So you gotta give it some context so that it stays within the lines, right? We don't want it to take over the world and stuff. So yeah. So yeah, so this is like the architecture that I have, that I've incorporated. I've used, so I'm using, so there are two major components that I'm using here. Like there are a lot more, but yeah, so I'm using LLMs and RAG to give the model context, and also I'm using some traditional ML models to do some data analysis, like fraud detection and premium calculation based on historical data, because insurance companies do have a lot of historical data that would be very useful to to come up with outcomes, right? Yeah, so I think since we're running out of time, let me just get straight to the application. Okay. Yeah, so like I mentioned, I have two operators. One is the AI agent, which is going to be customer facing, and then I have another AI agent that is going to be internal to the operator. It's called an AI operator. So this is Agent Easy. So Agent Easy is intelligent. Okay, so I'm going to. So I'm going to type a message. So I'm going to say, "Hi, who are you?" Right? Just to see who I'm talking to. So it says, "Welcome to Live Easy Insurance," and all of this stuff. So it's just asking me for my name, contact number, email. This is just to keep a record of who is, just to get leads, right? Possible leads. So we're gonna save all that information. Like companies like to take your information, right? So this is what we're gonna do here. So my name is Dinesh. email is not working, so I'm just going to give some random email. So okay, yeah. So it says it's already got our information. Now it tells me, asks me what do I need help with? Life, health, business insurance. So as you know, all of this data that is coming through, it's not just random data that it's generating, but it's using RAG. So I've loaded a lot of information, lot of data that it can look up. So it's, I wish I had time to show it, but yeah, there's a lot of documents I've uploaded that I had to scrape from the internet. So, let me say, I'm looking for health insurance. Okay. Okay, got it. Yeah. Sorry for the internet is very slow here. Yeah. So yeah, it tells me, and it's also I've made it a bit persuasive so that it kind of tries to convince you why we should buy their insurance, Live Easy insurance compared to other insurance. And
Dinesh,
it also
a quick interjection. I'm sorry, we've got 2 minutes.
Okay.
That's what Eldo's there for too.
Yeah. So, okay, I want health insurance. Okay, let me say, what I want to calculate my health insurance premium. So I'm just going to give it a message like this. Want to calculate the premium. So on the back, it is asking me for these details. And in the background, it's going to use the ML model to calculate the premium based on historical data. So age 26, male, BMI 30, 0, smoking yes, southwest, something. Yeah, so as you can see, it has calculated the insurance premium for me here, and it also asked me whether you wanted to send the quote on via email, right? I can say yes, and I can enter my email. Yes, my email is dinesh@gmail.com. But unfortunately, the email is not working because of authentication. So it says authentication failed here, but it should send an email out as well. So now this is the first part. Now when I go as an operator, I want to see, I want to get some information about Dinesh, right? Because I don't want to go into the system and look for the user. So this again, so all the user information is also stored in a vector database, so that you can query and get all kind of information, like you want my name, contact number. You don't, and it basically it's not a normal database, right? You're not querying it by SQL, but it's using embeddings to kind of look through the vector database. Yeah, so it got the details here. Okay, I want to go quickly to fraud prediction. So this is based on historical data that we have. Companies have like a lot of claims which they've identified as fraud and not fraud. So I've used that data to train an ML model to predict future claims, whether it's a fraud or not. Months as a customer. Thank you so much, dude. 7,000 annual premium is too much. Police report. Incident hour.
No, this time we saw it was Apple quality. We fought for those samples.
So this is definitely going to be a fraud. I'll tell you why. This is because of some analysis that I've already done. So I say predict. It says it's a fraud, as expected. So the reason I know that is because I've done some analysis and I know what features or what causes a fraud, right? So if you go here, you can see that most of the frauds that happen for major damage. Nobody does a fraud on a small scratch to claim insurance, right? So it's usually major damage according to at least the historical data that I got from the internet. So this is what it is. So yeah, your models are only as good as your data. So this is the data that I have, and yeah, this is what we were working with. And now if I change something here, for example, major, instead of major, I change it to minor damage. I think it should say not fraud. And it also calculates the probability of it being fraud. So based on this, the insurance company can decide whether to automate the claim or they can go through, do some investigation to see if it's a real claim or not. I think, yeah. I think, yeah, that's about it. I can just go through the... Yeah, I mean, it can also do other things. It also has real-time data. So I can ask it, tell me something. Oh, sorry. Oh no, something about ICICI insurance. So yeah, I've given it a lot of tools. So the agent and the number of tools that you can give an agent is up to you. So you can give it like whatever you want. You can give it access to your emails. You can give it access to your Ola, Uber, or even at work. You can give it access to your portals, your systems. So yeah, it's endless what you can do here. So I mean, you can also say. Okay, yeah. So that's about it, and I'm going to just show the slides. Yeah, and also as you can see, the accuracy is about 82%. It can also obviously be improved, the data models, and these are traditional data models. The reason I use traditional data models for certain things is because they're faster and they scale well, and you don't need to use LLMs for everything, and LLMs cost you money as well. So you can use this, and yeah, and you can get a lot of analytics really fast as well. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Dinesh.
Thank you, guys.
That was Dinesh's pitch for Live Easy. Give it up for Dinesh, everybody. Any questions for Dinesh, panelists? All right, thank you. The results of these pitches will be announced on Monday, not right now. Right now, it is time to absorb all of this information, sleep over it, and then announce it once everyone's back in office next week. But in the meanwhile, let's get ready to listen to some music, groove to some beats, and enjoy a soulful evening with the lovely band that's coming up right now. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together to welcome Mannat. They're coming up to regale us with some amazing Bollywood music with their absolutely fantastic voices. They've been performing for 10 years, and they're here now to perform exclusively for all of us at the annual day for Neutrinos in 2025. Let's give it up for Mannat, everybody. Can we welcome them with a massive round of applause? We cannot wait to hear you sing and make music on the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, wishing you all a lovely evening, a fabulous end to the year, and a fantastic start to the new year. My name is Josefa Kapadia. It's been an absolute honor to be your master of ceremony this evening and during the course of the day. You have been a fantastic audience. I wish you all the best, and I'm signing off. Thank you so much. Take care and see you in the next one, everybody. Bye-bye.